Welcome back, everyone, to another Ragnarok Vloggentary ride-along. And today, we're riding Mike and Sully to the rescue, the Monsters, Inc. ride at Disney's California Adventure, right across the way from Disneyland, out there in Anaheim. Look at my sweet family. I was about to say, wait, where's Maverick? But I'm confident that I'm actually holding on to him. That would make a lot more sense than him just not being there. It looks scary. You know, Bane presumes every ride is going to be scary. He goes in very cautiously to every single ride, no matter what the theming is. More often than not, he's pleasantly surprised by the outcome, but there are times, like Dinosaur, or Expedition Everest, or the Matterhorn, where he got off the ride and was less than thrilled over the experience. But if I remember correctly, Monsters Inc. Well, Mike and Sully to the Rescue was a hit, so I think he enjoyed it. Very cool queue, I think. A little like bus terminal, maybe? Public transit terminal? Is that what you would call it? That's what I'm going to call it. I love when they have TVs for you to watch in the queue. I mean, even though, depending on how long the line is, you might watch this 3 or 4 times, but if it's entertaining, you know, it's better than not having them. I don't know what I was going to say there. It's better than not having them, for sure. But depending on the queue, you know, there could be a lot of really outstanding theming that wouldn't provide the need for a screen to watch. And we all have screens to watch in our pockets anyway on our phones. So what am I even saying? This is just line talk. This is queue talk. You know? This is the kind of chit-chat you have in line. Maybe with your family, maybe with your friends who you've come with, maybe with a stranger behind or in front of you. But there is no small talk like Disney ride queue small talk. Especially if you link up with like another Disney fan, like hyper Disney fan. If you're an ultra Disney fan like we are and we're hanging in the queue together, it's going to be just, you know, what, like 30 minutes of great chit chat. It's happened before in the line queue for Peter Pan's Flight in Magic Kingdom. There we go. Who doesn't love a dark ride? And who doesn't love a modernized dark ride, you know? I never try to avoid these rides. A lot of people are like, well, you know, it's a kiddie ride. There's no such thing as a kiddie ride at Disney. They're just rides. Some are more thrilling than others, but they're all fun. They all provide wonderful things to look at. Like that. Look at that. Googly bear. I forgot about that. Because every time she said googly bear, it just made me think of gummy bears. And then Gummy Bears, the candy, makes me think of Gummy Bears, the TV show, and I'm on this whole spiral, and I got to go listen to the theme song to quench my gummy thirst. The animatronics in here, though not very, you know, not a lot of motion to them, but they look outstanding. They look like the movie come to life. And what more could you ask for? Big fan of silhouettes. Action provided in silhouette. Shadow play, if you will. That sounds way cooler. But you know, mentioning that, I'm really noticing just how not a lot of movement from any of the characters on here, and I wonder why. I wonder if they're just like too bulbous, you know? Could be. See, just real subtle little head twirl. This is a. See, look. Very subtle. And I wonder what the reasoning behind that is. Because some dark rides, some of the newer-ish, I guess this isn't necessarily new by some standards. Definitely new in comparison to like Pinocchio, you know, or Alice in Wonderland. But when, you know, you put it up against like Frozen in Epcot, yeah, it's not new. Came out a fair amount of time earlier, I believe. Couldn't tell you exactly when, but you definitely feel the difference in the aesthetic of the ride, maybe. This is really cool, though, because it really does feel just straight out the movie. So many doors. What confused me as a kid is my closet door. I had a sliding closet door, so my closet never looked like this. Does that mean I didn't have a monster? If that's the case, then I feel kind of gypped. You know? It was still a closet. Just because it didn't have a swinging conventional door doesn't mean, like, I should be left out. Whatever. Now I'm bummed out. Not really, though. Really fun ride. Highly recommend. Would put it on the do not miss list for California Adventure for sure. She's got a ton of motion to her. So, I don't know. I wonder if it does have something to do with the size. They're Imagineer. Can an Imagineer tell me? You see? Bane said he liked it. That's usually the case. More often than not, I would say. But there are those times, like I mentioned, where it doesn't go that way. But hey, come on over. Check out my podcast across all your favorite podcast platforms. Ragnarok. It's more of this, but just in podcast form. Skeleton Crew. Shop our Skeleton Crew store for sweet Leal Legacy gear. And find us on social media at Leal Legacy. Anywhere and everywhere. Thanks for being a friend. And telling a friend. Later.